All right, so today I'm going to do a little proof of concept. Um, Basically, this is about something that we had from a customer who is a Linux shop, and they deal primarily with open source kind of code and projects, and they do a lot of open source development for their own products. Now, this customer is primarily a Linux house, so because of that, they don't have things like Windows Active Directory and things like that where you can use good policies to push down scripts or to automate certain tasks, right? For them, they don't have such a thing. So they're asking, they're saying, hey, if we're going to roll out Splashtop streamers on, let's say, hundreds of computers, hundreds of Linux computers, okay, or more specifically, CentOS 7 kind of computers. How are we going to do that, right? So now, obviously, there's a lot of things that you need to prepare first, prior to even going into it. Like for example, your CentOS. Like over here, I have two CentOS VMs which are similar. Okay, you have to make sure that they are already properly updated and stuff like that, and you have to make sure that their repositories are able to uh, point to and download from the EPEL repositories. Okay, the EPEL repositories. And the reason for that is because to install Splashtop streamers on CentOS boxes like that requires the use of the yum command. Okay, you have to do a yum install followed by a dot slash and the stb whatever the rpm file. Okay, which is our Splashtop streamer. Okay, now what I did was I hosted our Splashtop streamer up on a remote FTP server. Okay, and I actually created, or rather, I used ChatGPT to generate Ansible playbooks. I mean, previously, not over here, but previously I've used it to generate Ansible playbooks. Okay, um, and Ansible playbooks are all in a .yml format. Okay, so how you run them is you just run Ansible dash playbook. Okay, followed by no, let's say if I want to do a install of the streamers, I just do something like this. Okay, now, of course, obviously, those streamers, if I do a cat streamer, okay, you can see that it has all these things inside, right? So it is downloading the file and it's installing the streamer. And I'm also doing something called the reset UUID because in some cases, where customers may have multiple VMs, for example, especially in HCI or VDI environments, when they clone from a master image, okay, if they clone from master image and you install Splash Streamer, you will have problems with it. You will see only like one computer appearing, okay. For example, like this is the list of computers that we have of my Splashtop enterprise team. Okay, so you might see just one computer, even though you may have 100 of the same VMs. Okay, and the reason for that is because you need to actually do a reset UUID for this. Okay, so I've put all this into the Ansible playbook, or rather, I've gotten ChatGPT to generate this for me. Okay, together with my deployment code and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, once these are installed, once all these things are done, all I need to do is just do an Ansible playbook and just run streamer.yml, which will download the streamer into those computers within the /tmp directory, and it will execute the Splashtop streamer together with all the commands to reset the UUID as well as to run the deployment code, which will join to my Splashtop team, okay, my Splashtop enterprise team up on the cloud. Okay, so I automate the whole thing using Ansible playbook. Okay, so once this happens, you would see if it's successfully installed, you will see a Splashtop, a blue color Splashtop icon that will appear within the desktop itself. Okay, and you know that it's already installed. Okay, again, this is not foolproof. There might be a slightly better way, or the logic of the playbooks could be changed to make it work in a more efficient way. In some cases, I've tried. It actually does. I mean, there are still a couple of machines that fail. However, I also have a rollback script. I also have a remove. Or rather, I have a remove playbook. I have a rollback kind of playbook which enables me to cleanly remove and uninstall all those streamers, okay, and to try to redeploy them all over again. Okay, so just for the sake of showing that this can be done using Ansible, okay, I'm going to run the streamer YML to install it. onto both of these CentOS boxes. Okay. Okay, so you see that immediately it shows as a these are fine. These are saying that it's not able to find the command. It's because I haven't. I actually asked. I actually asked Ansible to, or rather, I asked ChatGPT to generate Ansible playbook in such a way that it checks whether the Splashtop streamer exists or not. If it doesn't, then download the streamer. Okay, yeah, which is exactly what it's doing right now. Okay, so after it downloads the streamer, it will reboot both the boxes automatically. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the recording for now, and we'll get back to this once it's properly installed and running. All right, so I'm back again, and okay, so just going through the playbook. Basically, the playbook does things like check if it's already installed, if the Splashtop streamer is already installed. If not, it will download it. It will download it. It will download it to the temp folder, TMP folder, and then it will run the streamer to install it, and then the RPM file to install it. And after it does that, it will run the streamer's reset UUID command. Okay, to because if you have multiple images for like HCR VDI that's being cloned from a master image, you need to reset the UUID so that it will not conflict. Okay, and it will work. You will, instead of seeing just one computer within your list, you will see multiple computers that you're rolling out the streamer to. Okay, and finally, it will insert the deployment code. Okay, the deployment code is to make it join to the Splashtop enterprise team. Okay, up on the cloud. And the last thing to do is to restart the computer. Okay, so obviously it will show as unreachable because it has already sent a command to do a reboot on those remote computers. Now again, the Ansible playbook is up to you to configure, up to you to you can use ChatGPT to tell it what you want it to do. Okay, how you want to script it is up to you. Okay, it's entirely up to you, up to your preference. My script may not be perfect. It may not work perfectly for in all scenarios, so it really depends. Okay. However, um, if we look at these two boxes over here, these two CentOS boxes, we can see that they already have the Splashtop streamers installed correctly. Okay, and how do we verify that? We can just go to the Splashtop, the main admin window, a main admin console actually, the my.splashtop.com, and when you go to the computer list, I just need to refresh this list to see what happened. Okay, and you can see that, oh, it's already installed, right? These two CentOS boxes are already installed. Okay, CBox 1 and CBox 2. So I want to verify that I can connect to them. I can just connect to, let's say, CBox 1. Okay, I can use I can choose to use the business app, which will launch the business app if you have it installed. If not, I can just run it from the web app within the browser itself. Okay, browser-based remote control. Okay, so yeah, let's say I log in. Obviously, don't log in as root, but no, I'm just doing a demo, so so I'm logging as root. Okay, yeah, so it works. Okay, I can try it with CBox 2 as well. Okay, and yes, it works perfectly. Okay, I'm able to access uh, both CentOS boxes remotely. Okay, so if you can do it to 2, you can do it to 200 as well. It's almost the same. Obviously, for 200, it would take much longer to deploy, right? So I think probably that's where when you talk about Ansible, you will need to add in certain delays in between. Okay, between the different. I mean, along the entire workflow, you may need to put in delays within the workflow itself. Okay, to make sure that it can complete all the tasks on time and properly. Okay, so yeah, that's about it for using Ansible to automate the rollout of streamers. Okay, yeah, that's how it works. Thank you for patiently watching this video.